This is gonna be my favorite rebuild so far. What I'm gonna be doing today is I'm gonna take a team where every player is a 70 overall or lower and try to fix them. But what's gonna make it even harder is in free agency, I can only sign players 70 overall or lower. Now, I'll get into exactly what I'm gonna be doing in a second, but super quick, the last video easily hit the like goal. All my recent videos have been hitting them, so let's shoot for 25 on this video. And be sure to drop a sub as well. We are only 20 likes away from 500 at the time of recording this. Both of those should take you like 5 seconds, and they help me out a ton. And huge shout out, possibly my biggest shout out so far, to William Petty for the suggestion. Go drop them a sub, their link is in the description. This was a great idea for a video. Of course, if I pick your comment, I'll shout you out, and everyone else can go sub to you and all that good stuff. And I'll drop you a sub and everything like that. But that's enough plugging. Be sure to just share this video with a friend, of course. And if you're that friend, share this video with a friend. But I'm too excited to get into this rebuild, so without further ado, let's jump into it. I don't know how to start this video, honestly. This is just gonna be such a interesting rebuild, such an interesting, like, idea, I guess. Now, I put a little bit of a twist on the comment, so let me break down the rules of what we're gonna be doing. So, I'm gonna be doing a fantasy draft and take only players 70 overall and below. I'm gonna show just a few picks from that, and then I'll just pick the rest of the team, because I don't want to make you guys sit through the whole thing. And then, I'm gonna be setting the rule that we can sign one player throughout the rebuild up to a 75 overall, or 85, sorry, 85. One player 85 or lower, and the rest of them have to be 70. Now, obviously for the draft, I'm not going to be able to perfectly predict if a player is going to be like a 70 overall or lower, so we can just pick whoever in the draft, but in free agency, we're setting a huge handicap. I might not even end up using the 85 overall player. Our players just might develop, we'll see. But let's jump into this draft. So before even getting into this, I know what I'm gonna do. I am going to take, where is he? Daniel Jones. No, I'm kidding. Ooh, actually, I didn't even think of this. He only has normal? Oh, maybe I won't go Malik Willis. Well, that wasn't the original plan anyways. I just saw him. This was actually not the original plan at all. I'm gonna go Sam Howell. I don't think I've used him in a rebuild yet. He's only 21 years old. He's a 67 overall, which is decent. I thought he was maybe the best quarterback in the class. I was shocked he fell as far as he did. He was like the last projected first round talent quarterback taken. He got taken in like the 5th round or something. I was screaming at the Seahawks to just take a chance on him, and of course they didn't, but let's take him. Of course, quite a bit of a reach, but I think that is a great pick for us considering the circumstances. I think the strat here is just gonna be to go with development traits. We're gonna go Chad Muma, a rookie linebacker for the Jags. I think the Jags ended up taking him, and Devin Lloyd, which was really weird. Or did they take Troy Anderson? Who did they take? Yeah, no, they took Chad Muma in the 3rd round. Interesting. But let's take him. He should actually do pretty well because our defense is going to be on the field a lot, and he's probably going to get a ton of tackles. With this next pick, I am likely to go with Isaiah Likely. See what I did there? I'm gonna yeah, okay. Isaiah Likely is gonna be our tight end. Well, he's likely gonna be our tight end. Here is a look at the team I drafted, and honestly, for being a 68 overall, this team looks very good. For starters, I pulled some sneaky moves, I guess you would say. I drafted Calvin Austin, and I moved him to running back to be our kind of receiving back, where he is a 73 overall. That technically goes over the roster limit, but I drafted him at a 70 overall, so I did nothing wrong, you know what I'm saying. And Jalen Samuels too. This one doesn't matter quite as much because I mean he's a fullback, but he was like a 67 running back, 76 fullback. I just thought that was kind of fun. But obviously Sam Howell is gonna be our quarterback. I did give him a star dev just because I feel like he should have that in game already. I don't know why he doesn't. I actually ended up with my top 2 quarterbacks from this draft, Sam Howell and Carson Strong. Just obviously huge injury questions for Carson Strong, but I thought he was the best. The offensive line is very solid. We drafted Abe Lucas, Luke Godecki. I might start Solomon Kinley because he has that star dev. Cam Jurgens, Nick Harris, Tyler Smith. That looks like somebody else. I don't know. And then Dan Moore. So we have a really solid offensive line for being 68 overall. And personally, in real life, I think almost all of these players will end up being good in the NFL at some point. we'll have to see. For some reason, it didn't give me Isaiah Likely. It looks like there was likely a glitch in the game. I'm sorry. Honestly, I'm not too disappointed though, because I've made all the jokes I need to make at this point. I've already gone too far, so we good. I'm chilling. Likely would have been a good tight end to have though. Okay, last one. That was it. I'm sorry. I drafted the GOAT Max Borgi, of course. I actually got Justin Ross, who I kind of forgot about. Isn't gonna play this year in real life due to injury, but yeah, I'm scared as hell for him. Could actually die on the NFL field, but you know, hopefully he doesn't. Obviously, we drafted Khalil Shakir, Kyle Phillips, Shai Smith, Amari Rogers, Anthony Schwartz. I basically just went with a ton of players that I like in real life that were young and fit the theme of what we're doing. Now for the defense, we had a few more development traits here. I did the same thing with Travis Jones. He was a 70 overall when I took him. I moved him to DT and he went up to a 73. So hopefully he can be a star on our defense. Well, he is already a star, but you know what I mean. Hopefully he can be a good player. Neville Gallimore, Nick Benito, Drake Jackson, who I don't know how he doesn't have a dev trait in the game. Makes no sense to me, but whatever. We'll keep it how it is for him. I just wanted to give Sam Howell a dev trait. Nick Cross, who's only 20 years old. Obviously, I went with a ton of youth. I think he was the youngest player, so hopefully he can be a good player for us at some point. Chad Muma, like you saw, solid linebacking core. I think Noah Igbenogany's gonna be our corner one because he has that star dev. Martin Emerson, Tariq Woolen, who is a freak. Cordell Flott, Jalen Armour Davis, Kirby Joseph, who's only a 67 overall. I don't get that. I need to get my custom rosters done ASAP. They'll be done soon, don't worry. But this is about the best team I could have drafted given the situation. I mean, clearly I could have gotten more dev traits, but honestly for players 70 and below, there aren't as many dev traits for younger players as you would expect. That was the main thing I looked for, and there just weren't really many at all. If there was, they were like already kind of older players like Solomon Kinley. But this team has a very bright future. So without further ado, let's get to the mid-season of year number one. I guess I'll go there and let's see how this team can do. And actually, right off the bat, we have a mentor rookie. I wonder what this is going to be. I'm surprised we don't have a ton, or wait, I'm surprised we have one of these at all. Who's going to be a mentor? Is it going to be like Solomon Kinley or something? No, it's going to be, wait, what? Calvin Austin is going to be mentoring Khalil Shakir? What the, I mean, I guess Calvin Austin is a receiver, but like, aren't they like the same age and not the same position anymore? I don't know. I'll give him long-term development. I want to give him a dev trait. Well, okay. Wow. We actually have a win at the midseason point. We are 1-6. It's kind of sad that that's better than I expected to be, but hey, I'll take it. It's year one. We have a 70 overall team. You know, you kind of take what you can get. We have been getting a lot of upgrades throughout the year. Chad Muma is developing quite a bit, already up to a 73. You love to see that. But overall, the team is doing surprisingly well. I'll get to the stats in a second. Okay, so Sam Howell is doing, he's doing okay. 1,700 yards, 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Not ideal, but at least he doesn't have more interceptions than touchdowns. Calvin Austin is not really working out as our running back one. He has 2.6 yards per carry. I might throw in Hassan Haskins as the number one. He did better in the preseason than Calvin Austin. We'll see. Khalil Shakir is having a decent year. Obviously not many receiving touchdowns because not many are being thrown. But let's check out the blocking. Okay. Well, a couple things here. Dan Moore is on pace for probably 25 sacks. I think I'm going to try out something different there. That ain't working. But Tyler Smith as a left guard, which typically they let up a lot of sacks, has let up 0. Okay, so that was a very good pick. Overall, our offensive line is doing very, very well, though, other than Dan Moore. So I'm going to bench Dan Moore. We'll figure out something else there. How's pressure? Only 2 sacks on the year. Okay. One from Terrell Bernard, not even a pass rusher, and then one from Drake Jackson. Okay, tackles for loss, 4 interceptions. So offense, we're actually not the worst in the league. 28th, 24th for defense. I see a 69 in there. Nice. 31st in points scored. That's not great. 20th in points allowed. That's not terrible. So really weird year so far. Like, we're good in offensive points allowed, or whatever, I don't know. We're good in some parts, bad in some other parts. We actually have some re-signings here. Who are we gonna have? Probably some lower level players. Ooh, Calvin Austin. Ooh, not necessarily low. Oh god, this is a lot of players, a lot of important players. Calvin Austin, I do want back, even though I'm gonna bench him. He doesn't necessarily want to come back, but I want him to come back. We'll give him like 6 years, and he takes that. Okay, a quick like little cheat code for you. If you want to re-sign a player and they aren't interested, just give them like player friendly and then bump up their contract by a year, and a lot of the time they take that. So he doesn't. Oh, that would be tough. He's like one of our highest upside players. Shai Smith, I definitely want back. We'll do the same thing. Hopefully that works. He does take that. Kyle Phillips, he's a starter. He actually does want to come back. I will still bump up the length though. I want him back for a while, and he takes that. Cool. Tyler Smith, we need him back. We'll go very player friendly, 6 years, and he takes that. I like how very player friendly is only like 4 mil a year. That's something. We'll go player friendly for Drake Jackson. We'll go like 7 years. We'll do that. Okay, there we go. Very realistic contracts here. The rest of these I will worry about later and off camera, off recording. But let's get to the end of the year and hopefully we can finish strong. Okay, wow, we might not even have the #1 pick. We finished 3-14. That is, oh, the Titans are 14 the Falcons are 13-4. Oh yeah, no, this is a, never mind, I'm stupid. This is a fantasy draft, so that's all different. We actually don't have the #1 pick. Baltimore gets it. Weird. Okay, that's an interesting twist. I thought for sure we were gonna be 0-16, but I was gonna be fine with it because we would have the #1 pick, but we don't. We had the worst offense in the league and worst defense in the league, but somehow we still weren't the worst team. Worst points scored and worst points allowed, maybe 31st? Nope, worst points allowed. Okay, so Sam Howell wasn't great. He had 4,300 yards, which is fine, 25 touchdowns, which is and 23 interceptions. What's his overall? He's up to a 71. He's only 21 years old. I think I might stick with him for another year because I'd rather build the rest of the team up, but that is not great. It looks like benching Calvin Austin for Hassan Haskins wasn't a terrible idea. He had a lot better yards per carry, ended with 4 touchdowns. Justin Ross actually had 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns. Khalil Shakir with 1K and 5. Kyle Phillips with 907, and then Daniel Bellinger with almost 700 yards and 4 touchdowns. Actually, surprisingly, we don't see Calvin Austin very high. I thought he would get a lot of receiving yards as our receiving back. Well, the offensive line kind of went to shit, didn't it? So Nick Harris was awful. That might be the worst lineman season I have ever seen, letting up 13 sacks as a center. Very clearly the worst center season I've ever seen. Maybe the worst lineman in general. We obviously benched Dan Moore for Larry Borum. Larry Borum definitely did better, let up less sacks in 200 more snaps. Abe Lucas finished with 10. Tyler Smith almost joined the all-castration team. Luke Godecki only let up 5, which I guess isn't great as a right guard, but I'll take it. Chad Muma led the team in tackles with 130. Tackles for loss, we actually had a good amount. 16 for Travis Jones, 15 for Neville Gallimore, 11 for Drake Jackson. Sacks, only 3.5 led the team for Neville Gallimore. That's not ideal if you really think about it. That's tough. I don't know about that one. Interceptions, Chad Muma had 3. Chad Muma was very, very good this year. No sacks, but a lot of tackles for loss, couple interceptions, 2 picks each for Christian Harris and Noah Igbenogany. Christian Harris got on the field that much? I'm kind of surprised. And then 1 interception each for a number of players. Now, I wonder who won Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year. MVP goes to Tom Brady on the Washington Communists. Daniel Jones on Tom Brady's old team, the Buccaneers. It's weird to refer to the Buccaneers as Tom Brady's old team because, like, you think of the Patriots, but, like, I guess they would be in this world. I don't know. Daniel Jones at number 2. Just, what the hell? This is just weird to see. I don't know about this one. I know it's a fantasy draft and everything, but Russell Wilson on the Falcons, that's cursed. Kyler Murray on the Saints, I could see it, you know? Aaron Rodgers on the Titans, I don't know about that one. That's just weird. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Joe Mixon. I'm not expecting to see any Seahawks. No. Randall Cobb on the Rams. Okay. Aaron Donald stays in the NFC West and goes to the 49ers and wins Defensive Player of the Year. No Seahawks up there. Garrett Wilson wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. Justin Ross at number 3. I'm disappointed we couldn't win that because most of our players were rookies, but still. Khalil Shakir at number 5. Kyle Phillips at 6. Sam Howell at 10. Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Chad Muma. Aiden Hutchinson at number 2 on the Vikings, then Christian Harris, Martin Emerson, Tariq Woolen, Travis Jones, Kirby Joseph at 8, and then Drake Jackson at 10, even though he only had like 1 sack, whatever. So very fun year 1, but let's get into the offseason and hopefully improve this team. So the Super Bowl is won by the Atlanta Falcons, led by Russell Wilson. They take down the Bengals 38-35. Back-to-back Super Bowl appearances and losses by the Bengals. That's unfortunate. Chad Muma has an upgrade here. Let's go field general. He's no longer a scheme fit, so he's not going to gain XP as fast, but hey, at least he's a good overall. And he has superstar dev now. That is huge. He's going to be probably our star player on the defense. That hurt. Just some depth players here, like practice squad type players. I saw DiCaprio Boodle in there, one of the best names in the league. And I think I saw Bo Pete Keys, some elite names being added to the team. So for re-signings, this might be kind of tough. We really want Noah Igbenogany back. We offered him 5 years, $2 million salary, 1.1 signing bonus. We're going to have to go probably very player friendly and like 6 years. We'll see if he takes that. He doesn't. I'm not paying him 18 mil, but that really sucks. Riley Patterson, I don't know if he was good or bad, and I don't really care. We'll just re-sign him long term. I don't care. And then I'll just re-sign a lot of these players right now, because it doesn't really matter. These are just depth players. Gotta re-sign the GOAT, Max Borghi. Fuck you. God damn it. Did Carson Strong go down 2 overall? I swear he was a 58, right? Okay. I don't know how that happens, but sure. That's exactly the offer you were hoping to get. Part of me doubts you predicted that exact thing. So in free agency, I was gonna be very excited about some of the good players here. Unfortunately, I forgot what we're doing here. So we have to start looking towards this area down here. The Marcus Mariotas, Taylor Heineke's, Mitch Trubisky of the world. Hey, the GOAT Gardner Minshew here. I just call all the Washington State players the GOAT, I guess. I don't know. Tyrion Davis-Price wouldn't be bad to have. Unfortunately, we can't sign him, though. Jordan Mason. I could go with him. He is the 49ers, like, 4th string running back. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm going to make an exception to our rule. I'm going to say we can re-sign the players that were already on the team. Like, I'm not going to not sign Noah Igbenogany because he's a 73 because he was literally just on the roster. So we'll try to re-sign him. I don't know for sure if he's going to re-sign, but we'll try to re-sign him. I think he's the only player I'm going to go for here. I mean, we don't really need to sign much else, so let's see if he wants to join back with our team, and he does. Beautiful. So I'm kind of realizing now I could have been like a sweaty gamer and shit and taken like really good players in the fantasy draft and just traded them away for high picks, but that's not as fun. Like, I don't know, dude. If you want to do this, because this is a pretty fun challenge, you can take whoever and just trade them. If you want to go by like my rules, I'm gonna say that's okay. It just seems kind of cheesy, like getting a ton of extra picks. I don't know. It's more challenging if you don't do that. God, the quarterback's here. Ooh, okay. I'm kind of tempted. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see. All right, so here we are in the draft. I actually have no idea what I'm gonna do here. I think the 2 players or the 2 positions I'm gonna look at are definitely QB because it's so strong. Okay, so one of the QBs I wanted is gone, and this guy isn't quite as good as I thought he would be. He's projected 1st to 2nd round. Oh, he's so fast. What's his throw power? Good throw power. Oh, this guy looks so good, dude. He would probably be like a 75 overall. How old is he? If he's like 21, I might go with him. Nope, that's not who I tried to click. Okay, he's 21. I might have to go with him. He looks like a really good player, but we desperately need edge help. But there is a but with that. Pause, I guess. There isn't one necessarily worth taking in the top 5. Every edge player I have fully scouted here is projected 1st round, but not necessarily like top 5 or anything like they're supposed to go. So I'm kind of in a tough spot here. I really don't know what to do with this pick. And actually, now that I think about it, the QB is a projected 1st to 2nd round talent, so it'll probably be like a 72, 73. That's not much of an upgrade over Sam Howell. So is this corner worth taking? I mean, he also looks really, really good. Ooh, he ran a 4.34. God, I have no idea what to do here. I might trade down I might trade down. I just kind of want to accumulate first round picks. We already have another one. Let's trade down with the Patriots and pick up another second this year and that's not really worth it though. That's not great. Let's trade down with the Colts to number 8 and pick up a second and a 6th this year. That's pretty good. Now, if one of the QBs are still here, I probably will take them. I see the first quarterback gone and Joel Ross is still here. Yeah, let's go Joel Ross. He's only 21 and he has normal dev. I knew it. He just looked kind of too good to be true. Yeah, I'm gonna trade him, I think. Yeah, he's getting traded. We'll try to get some value for him, but that's unfortunate. I'd rather start Sam Howell. Now with this pick, I definitely want to go with an edge player, but they're all gone. I really screwed myself, huh? Oh no, that's really tough. Isaac Cummings looks pretty good, and he has a great last name. Let's go Isaac Cummings. And he has a hidden dev. Okay, we're kind of recovering. Good strength, solid speed, or not that great of speed. He's only 268, but he had really good power moves, it looks like. Decent run defender. Looks like a good player. Now, in hindsight, I probably should have taken an edge first and not taken the QB, but hey, hindsight is 2020, you know what I'm saying? Ty Manning, that guy looked a little different than the Manning brothers. Can't really place what it is, though. Must just be me. This guy looks like all speed and nothing else. He ran a 4.28 at the combine, 4.24 at his pro day. Listed as elite speed, but poor strength. He has good deep route, maybe decent awareness, but no other receiving ability. I'll pass. I swear whenever I have a scheme that needs power, all the linemen are agile. Whenever I have a scheme that needs agile, all the linemen are power. I hate it. This guy does look pretty good though, and we desperately need center help. Manny Gutierrez, he doesn't have bad strength, has pretty great speed for a center. Well, literally it says great, but he's only 22. He looks like a really good center. A awareness, A impact block, A pass block finesse. Definitely more of a pass blocker, which in our scheme is going to be pretty valuable. So let's take him, and he has hidden dev. Okay, we're recovering a little bit. Not a scheme fit, but a good player. Ooh. I hate safeties like this. I get baited so hard. A hit power, B tackle, B to D man, B to D zone, and then he ran a 4.68. Yeah, I'll pass. Okay, so we had a decent draft. Joel Ross is a 74. That kind of makes me want to play him. He would probably go up to star dev after this year. He's a year younger than Sam Howell. God, I don't know. Sam Howell didn't play very well last year, but that's probably because the team kind of sucked around him. Isaac Cummings looks like a solid player, good speed, good strength, good power moves, okay run defense, just a decent player, not nearly as good of an overall as I expected. Manny Gutierrez, same deal, only a 71 overall. That's tough. I thought he would be like a 75. And then I drafted Terrell Batten. He looks okay. Leon Tyson didn't have a dev trait. Sidney Clifton looks good, but didn't have a dev trait. And I don't know what the CPU did after me, but just a tough draft. Were there any good players in this draft, or was this just a really weak one? It was pretty weak. There was only 178 and an 81, the corner that I was thinking about taking. I definitely really wish I took him, but you know, like I said, hindsight is 2020 as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Deontay Elliott was also another player I was thinking about. He doesn't have a dev trait. Okay, I'm fine with that. He is a good player, but I'm fine with that. So realistically, we didn't do that bad. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Otto was definitely a better player, and he probably had a dev trait. Yeah, I would have loved to take him, but the Ravens took him, of course. Damn, that just sucks, dude. All right. We're trading Sam Howell and a 7th next year to the Titans for a first-round pick this year. Now, apparently, they have the projected 32nd pick, which is very weird, because I want you to see who their quarterbacks were before. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't predict a team with Kyle Allen as their best quarterback to win the Super Bowl. I mean, maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just wrong, I don't know, but like, how is that projected 32? But that's great for us that it's projected 32, because that means it's less valuable, easier for us to trade for it. And I mean, maybe Sam Howell will do well for them, he just didn't do that well for us, and we have a younger, better overall quarterback on the roster that will probably have the same dev trait as him by the end of the year, so I don't know. Even the rest of their team isn't all that good. Like, they have Kenny Clark, who's good, Khalil Mack, who is aging, and then T. Higgins, Matt Jude. Like, it's just not a great team. I'm actually kind of curious, what is like the best team in the league right now? So the Titans are only an 80 overall. I wonder who had the best draft and first season. So the Falcons are an 85. They won the Super Bowl. That looks like a pretty disgusting team. I think the Falcons are the best team, and the Saints, they're an 85 overall. Dalvin Cook, David Bakhtiari, Justin Simmons, that's a strong one. Oh, the Texans are actually the best though, at an 86. It looks like they added Tyrann Mathieu in free agency, rejoining the Texans after a few years. Interesting. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but I kind of like entirely forgot Tyrann played for the Texans until like a week ago or something when I randomly just thought of it. I don't know. It's almost one of those like Jerry Rice on the Seahawks or Randy Moss on like the Titans or something, or wherever he played late in his career. I don't know. It's weird. Here is a look at the team going into year number 2 of the rebuild. Joel Ross, our new quarterback, which, hey, I'm getting better at remembering names. Did I check it right before I recorded this? Yes, but I'm going to give myself that one. Joel Ross is honestly not too bad. I was very not happy when I saw he has normal dev, but that'll go up anyways. He's a better overall than I thought he would be. I thought he would be like a 72, 73. 74 is a bit better, even though it's only one better, but still, he looks like a decent quarterback. I am happy with that pick. Plus, you know, you gotta remember, Sam Howell wasn't very good for us. Now, I guess he wasn't a great overall and had a terrible surrounding team, but still. Hassan Haskins, I'm gonna start at running back this year. He's just better. I feel like power backs do better in this game than like just elusive backs or receiving backs. I don't know if it's just me or what, but yeah. Khalil Shakir, Justin Ross, and what's this guy's name? Sidney Clifton from Eastern Washington. Maybe he can be our like Cooper Kupp type receiver, you know. A little bit of a difference there, but not too much. Who should I start at tight end? I guess I'll go with Bellinger to start again. The offensive line is going to be the same as last year with the exception of Manny Gutierrez being our starting center. Hopefully he does better than 13 sacks that Nick Harris let up. That was gross. And then the defense here, it's going to be a little different. I'm going to be playing Christian Harris as our right outside linebacker, and then Brandon Smith as the left outside linebacker. I think I had him starting there last year. Either way, that's probably our strongest position group. We have a superstar 78 overall, a star 70 overall, and a 70 overall with a lot of upside. Max Sparks, I almost said Springs. Max Sparks out of Washington State. Bro, we got all the Washington players. Yeah, he looks like a really decent safety, no coverage, obviously. 99 hit power as a rookie. I kind of think those 99 stats are a bit weird. I mean, in real life, in the game, in real life in the game, that's ironic, but like for real players put into the game as a rookie, how often do you see 99 stats? How often do you see 99 stats at all? I mean, there aren't many players with them unless they're like a 99 overall player, like 90 plus. It's just kind of weird, but I won't complain. Isaac Cummings looks like a pretty good player, not as good as I thought he would be, but does look like a very good power rusher. And then I think everything else on the defense is the same. Nick Cross is up to a 75 with morale. That's not bad. At only 21 years old, he could be a good safety. But let's see how we can do in year number 2. I think I might have too high of hopes for this team, because I feel like we can be decent, but we'll just have to see. So at the midseason point of year number 2, we are once again 1-6. Yeah, I was definitely hopeful for no reason. Let's take a look at the team real quick. I already did, and I saw something interesting. Manny Gutierrez has superstar dev. That's pretty huge, especially for an offensive line that's pretty terrible. That's pretty huge. Isaac Cummings only has star, but I didn't check the defense yet. Max Sparks has superstar dev. That, I really didn't expect that. Maybe players with like 99 stats have a higher chance of having like a higher dev trait, even if they're a lower overall, or something like that. I don't know. Also, this is something I just thought of. I feel like for the draft, they should have like A+, A minus, B+, B, B minus, to make it more clear of what stats are gonna be. Because I mean, A, B, C, D, F is only 5 different levels it can be. I feel like that's not enough because there's a lot of differentiation or something. I don't know. It's just something I thought of. I feel like they should have like pluses and minuses in their grade thing. I don't know. That's a nitpicky thing at this point. They have much bigger issues to worry about. that they probably won't ever fix. Joel Ross isn't doing great by any means. Almost 2,000 yards, 15 touchdowns, but 11 picks is a lot. I don't necessarily blame him because his team sucks, but I guess he is doing better than Sam Howell was. Hassan Haskins, 3.4 yards per carry. I mean, for his overall, that's not a bad year. Khalil Shakir looked great. How's the line holding up? Actually, fairly well. Tyler Smith is doing much worse than he was doing last year. That's another thing I hate about this game. Players can go from having great years to terrible years. And I mean, sure, that happens in real life, but that'll happen because of like an injury or age or something like that, but it just seems completely random here. We do have Luke Godecki as a candidate for the all-castration team this year, though, so maybe he'll make it. Larry Borum is doing amazing as our left tackle. Everyone else is doing aight. They doing aight. And we have some re-signings here. I checked this too, and the big one is going to be Chad Muma, our best player. We're going to have to go probably very player friendly, and let's give him 7 years. Okay, it takes that. I just want to guaranteed get him back. We really can't afford to lose him, especially with how bad our team is. Martin Emerson, I will re-sign, I guess. We'll give him that. And he wants more of something. I don't know how he's been so far. I'll check his stats because we might not re-sign him. Nick Bonito, how is he doing this year? If he's not getting much pressure, I'm just not going to re-sign him. I mean, there's no point if he's not... he's not playing very much. How much does he want? I might pay him as like a backup or something if he's not too expensive. No, he's not expensive at all. Okay, he can come back if he wants to. I don't know if he's going to want to, but... Okay, fine. Test free agency. I really don't care. Jalen Samuels, I guess I'll re-sign. He joins back. Thank you, Jalen. Christian Harris, I definitely do want back. He is our starting left outside linebacker, or right, I think right. So we bring him back. Beautiful. Nick Harris was horrible. I'm not going to re-sign him. And the rest of these players I'll worry about later. I mean, I guess we were technically better this year. We finished the year 4-13, obviously one game better than our 13-4 season last year. I think I'm definitely going to go 4 years in this rebuild, but let's check how the team did. Joel Ross has maybe a chance at Rookie of the Year. I mean, I think with the players more spread out in the league, I don't know if there are going to be as many rookies playing compared to more holes in real life, so more opportunities for players filling those holes. Pause. Or for rookies filling those holes, I should say. Again, pause. Joel Ross had 4,600 yards, 33 touchdowns, which is decent, and 17 picks, which is kind of a lot. Only 58% completion percentage. He was alright. Only got sacked 39 times, which is kind of a bit, but like, not as many as I thought it would be. Hassan Haskins finished the year with 600 yards, 9 touchdowns. Nice. 3.5 yards per carry. For receiving, Khalil Shakir had almost 1,500 yards with 13 touchdowns. Even Sidney Clifton went over 1,000 yards. Justin Ross was meh. Daniel Bellinger had 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Love to see it. Blocking, this year Abe Lucas was the one who was terrible. He was doing well at the midseason. He only let up like 4 sacks by that point, and he finished the year letting up 15. Not ideal. Tyler Smith had a big down year. It seems like it's the opposite of last year with the players who did well. Tyler Smith let up 9 sacks as a left guard. Last year he let up, 1 as our left guard? And Larry Borum actually did very well this year, only letting up 7 sacks as a left tackle. Manny Gutierrez let up 6, which is I don't know, man. Luke Godecki did very well, though. Christian Harris led the team with 133 tackles. Chad Muma with 128. Good amount of tackles for loss, like a lot of those. And Neville Gallimore led the team in sacks by a lot with 8.5. The next closest was 3 from Drake Jackson. You're telling me Isaac Cummings, our #1 pass rusher, only got a half of a sack on the year. He started the full year. Terrell Batten, like another power rusher I drafted a few rounds later, played significantly less snaps and quadrupled his sack count with 2. Christian Harris, a goddamn off-ball linebacker, got 2. Like, I don't know, dude. Some players just don't play well in this game for some reason. Chad Muma led the team in interceptions with only 2, and then a lot of players each got 1. So I mean, we did better in terms of record technically, but I feel like we played worse. We weren't as bad for yards and just yards, and then scoring we weren't as bad either. Actually, for defense we were. Russell Wilson wins MVP on the Falcons. Okay, that's something. They went 14-3, so the Falcons have a bit of a dynasty, that's for sure. Chris Miles, the guy I wanted, looks like he's gonna win Offensive Rookie of the Year over our guy. He gets up there for MVP. Unfortunate. Offensive Player of the Year goes to Russ. Michael Thomas is Tom Brady's #1 receiver. I could see that for some reason, even though I guess they are division rivals now, but still. Defensive Player of the Year goes to TJ Watt on the Buccaneers. The 49ers have DeMarcus Lawrence and Aaron Donald. Are you kidding me? No Seahawks up there, unsurprisingly. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Chris Miles of the 14-3 Minnesota Vikings. Joel Ross at #2, Sidney Clifton at #3, Andy Crompton, I think our backup tight end at #8. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Dwayne Black of the Eagles. I couldn't think of the Eagles' name. I don't know why. It was literally right there. I don't. Max Sparks, our strong safety, comes in at #7. Isaac Cummings at #8. I'm surprised he was up there at all. He was horrific. Khalil Shakir at #4 for best receiver. That's interesting. Nick Harris up there? Wait, I thought Nick Harris didn't even... What? Whoa. Nick Harris doesn't start for us. How did he get up there for best O-lineman? Dude, what the fuck? No other Seahawks in the awards. This game is so broken. That's actually pretty rare. In the Super Bowl, we see the Texans take down the Falcons. If you remember, those are the two highest overall teams. I mean, I think the Falcons are tied with the Saints, but I mean, that's fine. I guess the Falcons were just slightly better. But it's rare to see the two actually highest overall teams in the Super Bowl. It's kind of nice. So who do I want to re-sign? Martin Emerson. Let me take a little peek at the stats and then I'll decide. Larry Borum, I definitely want back. He was very good. That makes me wonder if he was just playing well because it's a contract year. I don't even know if that's really a thing in Madden, but it might be. Brandon Smith, he has that dev trait. He's still young. He's a decent overall for our team, so we'll re-sign him for sure. The beautiful thing about this is we don't have to worry about cap space. I guess that's the positive of all this. Cap space is never an issue. JT Woods just straight up rejects us, even though I offer more than what he wanted, and his re-sign interest is apparently high. I don't know. Martin Emerson, I'll offer 6 years, and he takes that. I have no idea if he was good. I decided not to check the stats because I'm lazy. Nick Bonito, he already rejected us. I'm good. I'll pass. Nick Harris was up there for best lineman, even though he didn't play. That was fun. Brian Asamoah, I'm not the biggest fan of him in real life, but we'll try that, and he rejects us. Fuck you. So we actually had a decent amount of dev ups this year. Khalil Shakir went up to a superstar dev. That's actually pretty huge. I played him as the #1 receiver and the slot receiver, and he had a very, very good year. Now on defense, we had quite a few there too. The big one being Max Sparks, the GOAT, going up to a superstar X Factor. I'm surprised he only went up like 3, or no, I guess he went up 5 overall throughout the span of the year, but still, he could be a stud in the future. And then, let's see, we also had Christian Harris go up to a star, and then Drake Jackson went up to a star. We had a good amount of dev ups this year, more than I am used to in rebuilds, so that's nice. Unfortunately though, Joel Ross did not go up to a star. That would have been huge if he did, but unfortunately he did not. And actually, I'm gonna use my signing of the rebuild. Just kidding, I am not. Am I? Is going for Pat Freiermuth the best thing I can really do here? I don't know, but I want to do it. We need an upgrade at tight end. Yeah, let's go for Pat Freiermuth. He would be an immediate, huge upgrade. We're gonna have to overpay him, but that doesn't really matter. I mean, we have pretty much unlimited money because we don't really have to spend it on anybody else, so I'm gonna have to up it a lot. I don't know how much I'm gonna have to pay him, but it's gonna be a decent amount. That feels like way too much money. And he's still not even that interested. God, dude, this would literally be like 7 years What is this, 17 million a year? We don't really have anything else to spend money on, like I said, so that'll be our final offer. I don't know if he's gonna take that even, we'll see. That's such an overpay, good lord. He has literally like the lowest amount of interest possible, that's why. But let's see if he takes it. He doesn't yet, the Jets tied us. I'm fine if we don't get him, honestly. It looks like the Jets probably got him. Yeah, I'm fine with that. No, the Bills got him. We would have had to way overpay him, so I'm cool with that. Here in the 2024 NFL Draft, we have the number 2 overall pick once again. Now, what do I want to take here? Because, I mean, we have a ton of positions of need, obviously. I'm actually almost thinking running back. Our running game has really been kind of holding us back. Maybe right tackle, Abe Lucas hasn't been that good, tight end. We could go a number of different directions. It just depends on what is there. Even maybe corner, front 7 we're pretty good. On most of the defense we're pretty good. It looks like we just have a lot of holes on offense. So let's see what the Packers do here. They take BJ Copeland, a quarterback. I'm good. I wasn't going to draft a quarterback, obviously. God, should I go with a tight end? I don't know. It feels so weird to draft a tight end at number 2 overall. Let's go Levi Turner. He is a 6'3", 240-pound tight end out of North Carolina, only 22 years old. Ran a 4.53 at the combine, which was first for tight ends, second in reps for tight ends, so he's fast and strong. Elite acceleration, A awareness, good pass blocker, I guess. Decent route running, just looks like a very fast tight end. So let's take him, and he has hidden depth. Now, there was another tight end I was looking at, and I was worried that Levi Warner was just gonna have normal, but looks like, you know, we kind of dodged a bullet, because I was pretty worried about that. This is a weird player. Tyrell Childress, he ran a 4.34, has only listed as great speed. I guess that's the highest it could be without being elite. I guess it isn't quite elite, but he has B deep route, which kind of makes sense, right? You know, he's really fast. I thought it would be an A, but B works too. But he also has A spec catch and B catching, but only he has an F medium route and a C short route. So he's a deep threat that can, I guess, make crazy catches and has decent hands. I guess he's like a Tyreek Hill type, but not as fast. I don't know. Here, let's go Brandon Childress. He is a right tackle out of Penn State, 6'5", 320, I almost said 220, I would hope not. Only 22 years old, ran a 4.88 at the combine, which was first for right tackles, 34 reps on the bench, which is third. Elite acceleration, speed, jumping, change of direction, like really good athlete. A to C awareness, A impact block, run block, lead block, maybe decent everything else. Let's take him. And he has hidden. He will be our starting right tackle. Here, I'm gonna take Braden Hendricks. He is like the receiver I just looked at. He's almost exactly the same, just a little better. He is slightly faster. He's actually listed with elite speed, which apparently the list over there on the left matters more than their actual combine grades, which is kind of weird, but I guess kind of makes sense because combine grades can be kind of shaky sometimes. I don't know. But he should have good deep route running. He isn't as good at catching as the other guy. I guess he has better catch in traffic, not as good of catching, but he has better route running than the other receiver. So let's take him, and he has hidden 96 speed. You'll love to see it. Here I am actually going to take a running back. We're going to go Jamie Harris. He's 6 foot 223, so he's kind of a bowling ball running back, only 21 years old out of Baylor. Ran a 4.49 in the combine, had a good bench rep, or put up good numbers on the bench, I should say. Had a good vertical jump. He looks like a good player. B, ball carrier vision, break tackle, carrying, stiff arm. Spin and juke aren't the best, but he is a power back. So let's take him. And he only has normal, but I feel like he could be a decent player. We'll have to see. Here is a look at the draft, and honestly, it's not too bad. Levi Warner is a 75. I thought he could be a little better, but he looks like a really good player. Just lower in certain stats. His route running isn't that good. His blocking is decent, especially for the type of tight end that he is. Obviously, amazing speed, great catching. Need to get those routes up, like I said. Just overall decent looking tight end. Brandon Childress looks very disappointing, just not good overall. Decent strength, but saying decent is even generous. Good lead block, decent impact blocking, run block finesse, like he's only agile, and even then, that's not a scheme fit for us, so yikes. I kinda knew I shouldn't have taken him, and apparently I was right. I kinda just had that feeling. Braden Hendricks, though, is a 75 overall. He is a very good player. Great speed, good overall route running, not just deep route running, which is pretty rare for like a deep threat player. Great spectacular catch, good catch in traffic, just overall a really good player. He was probably the best player we got. Jamie Harris is even a 71 overall, so he'll get some playing time, I guess. Will he start for us? I don't know, but we'll see. And then I took the rest of these picks. These two have a dev trait down here, so we'll see if those turn into anything, but let's get into year number 3 of the rebuild. Khalil Shakir mentored Braden Hendricks up to a superstar dev. I was kind of hoping he would have superstar dev to begin with, but I guess I can't complain now. Also, why does the thing look so low quality? It looks like they just roughly trimmed the superstar logo out of where it normally is and put it there, because you can still see like a little bit of white on the outline. You can see every pixel. I love how lazy they are. It's so fun. Here is a look at the team going into year number 3 of the rebuild. Obviously, Braden Hendricks is a big addition to this offense. He's going to be our number 2 receiver, so hopefully he can have a big year. I'm expecting another big year out of Khalil Shakir. That kind of rhymes. I have committed several war crimes. I don't know. But I'm starting him in the slot in as the number 1 receiver once again, so hopefully he can do well. I'm starting the rookie running back. What's his name? Jamie Harris. That kind of sounds like a running back name. I don't know why. Maybe it reminds me of Najee Harris. I don't know. But he should hopefully be a good player. Hopefully we can get a good season out of Joel Ross. Rookie tight end, rookie right tackle. I just really hope this team can do better. We have the players. It's just about them performing. Max Sparks obviously has X Factor. Chad Muma has Superstar. We have a lot of dev traits. Every single person in our front 7 has a dev trait, and even some depth players do too. So let's see how we can do this year. Hopefully we can come out and win some games and develop even more for year number 4. Okay, so I guess we're technically slightly better here. We're 2-5, which I guess is a win over how we have been. We were 1-6 at the midseason the last 2 years, but I guess we technically make a slight upgrade here, a slight improvement. But we have some re-signings here. This is where we're going to have to re-sign some good players, probably. Yeah. So Khalil Shakir being the first one, he is not really interested, but I'm fine going very player-friendly. This is actually super cheap for him at a 79 overall. That's kind of weird, but let's see if he takes that, and he does. Beautiful. Neville Gallimore I definitely want back as well. We will go neutral, but I'll up it to like 3 years or something, and he takes that. Luke Godecki, he's a starter. How is he doing this year? 2 sacks so far. I'll re-sign him. He only let up 1 last year. We'll re-sign him as long as he wants to take this, and he does. Okay. Nice. The rest of these players are just kind of depth pieces, so I'll worry about them later if I even re-sign them at all. But let's see how we're doing. I might consider a defensive playbook change. We're only 25th in offense. It looks like Joel Ross is having a horrible season. Defensive yards, we are 31st. Points scored, we're 30th. How about defensive points? 23rd, so again, we're all over the place once again. Our offense is good in one, or better than the defense in one thing and worse in one thing, and then vice versa, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Joel Ross, I guess he doesn't have many interceptions, but also not many touchdowns. Rushing, Jamie Harris is dog. Alright, I'm gonna put the other running back in, I think. He is not doing well. Khalil Shakir is doing fine, I guess. This is like his worst year so far. Larry Borum is doing horribly, so is Manny Gutierrez. Man, just the players are so, up and down. Like, one year they'll have a great year, the next year they'll just be like our worst player. Like Larry Borum, our QB, our running backs. Like, I don't get it. So we'll put Hassan Haskins as the number 1 once again. And let's just try Dan Moore again at left tackle. But let's get to the end of year number 3 and hopefully we can do better. Okay, so once again, we finish 4-13. We're kind of just feeding our division wins at this point. The main thing I'm hoping for is just the teams regressing so much that we just kind of become a similar overall to them. Like, that's the only thing I can really hope for. We had the worst offense in terms of yards in the NFL, even though we have the best playbook, and almost last in defensive yards. How about scoring? 32nd in points scored with 320, and 20th in points allowed. So our offense was the problem this year. Joel Ross was not good. 4,000 yards, 20 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Just not good enough. Hassan Haskins wasn't much better than Jamie Harris. Only 2.9 yards per carry. Receiving, Khalil Shakir had a down year. Sidney Clifton was our only 1,000-yard receiver. Braden Hendricks didn't have a great rookie year. Neither did, I guess, Levi Warner. Positions considered had a much better year than Braden Hendricks, but I don't know. Blocking. What? Dan Moore started half of a season and let up 15 sacks. Yeah, I'm just gonna... No. Goodbye. Looks like it was kind of a mistake to bench Larry Borum, but he wasn't good either. He was much better, but not good still. Manny Gutierrez is one of the worst centers I have ever had in Madden. Yeah, this really went downhill, unfortunately. Chad Muma led the team in tackles. It was looking promising early on, but we're just kind of getting, I guess the other teams are just getting better. We had a ton of tackles for loss, probably because we were on the field a lot, and then sacks. Isaac Cummings actually led the team in sacks with 7.5. Hopefully he can develop, maybe dev up. That was a pretty good year. I don't know. We'll see. Interceptions, 6 from Christian Harris. That could be an award. We'll have to see. Why does it keep wanting to give him speed rusher? I don't want that. Chad Muma had 4, which was also very good. Nick Cross with 2, and then Max Sparks and Martin Emerson with only 1. So let's check out some of the awards. MVP probably goes to a divisional player. No, it goes to Lamar Jackson on the Bengals. That's interesting. No Seahawks up here. Offensive player of the year goes to Jalen Waddle of the 8-9 Rams. Okay. Defensive player of the year goes to DeMarcus Lawrence on the 49ers. Christian Harris at number 9. Offensive rookie of the year goes to BJ Copeland, the number 1 overall pick. Levi Warner, our tight end, at number 4. Braden Hendricks at 6. And Jamie Harris at 10. Defensively, Tevin Choice, or Tavon, I'm guessing it's Tevin, of the Saints. I couldn't think of the name. I don't know why I just can't think of names right now. Whenever I make videos, my brain doesn't function fully for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah. So the Patriots lose to the 49ers in the Super Bowl, 24-7, or I guess because I said the Patriots first, 7-24. You know what I'm trying to say. There's some joke there, like 24/7. I don't know, dude. For upgrades, we have some interesting ones. Those don't matter. I don't know why I mentioned those. So for re-signings here, I don't think there's literally anyone. I mean, I guess I'll re-sign Cordell Flott because he wants to come back, but only if he takes neutral for like 4 years. Okay. And then Kirby Joseph, he apparently doesn't want to come back, but I'm not really going to bump it up any more than this. We'll see. 5 years. Okay, goodbye. Don't care. Didn't ask. Well, I guess I did ask, but still. Anthony Schwartz, okay, he comes back. I don't even know if he's going to make the team, but we'll see. So in free agency, I definitely need to use my 85 overall signing. Unfortunately, there's a huge drop-off right after 86 down to 83. So the best player we can get is an 83. And I don't even want any of these players. They're all old or just not that good. So what are we going to do? Should I sign Jalen Hurts? I don't think he could be much worse than our quarterback. Malik Willis, Matt Corral. I don't know. This might be kind of weird, but I'm going to spend my 185 overall player on Andre Dillard. He is only a 77, but looking at his stats, which I guess I can't do from here, he only let up 2 sacks last year. He only let up 4 the year before. He plays very well, so let's see if we can sign him. We just need someone that plays well. Plus, he is, I guess, a little bit of a scheme fit, and he does sign with us. It could be huge, but as soon as he comes here, he's probably gonna not play well. So, funny, but not so funny story at the same time. I have already done this draft. However, I had this draft recorded earlier, right? But I closed out of the franchise, and I just got back home, and I found that it put me back to the last offseason. So I had to redo that whole year, redo that whole draft. I got all those players back, but I did this draft, and I was just gonna redo it, but all the players are different. Which, you know, I guess I won't complain too much because it wasn't my best draft ever, but it's just annoying that this will probably not get fixed throughout the entire year because, you know, I know EA. They need to get their shit together or sell the rights to the NFL video game making because it's time. They've tried to fix it before, but they just do it to make people less mad, and then they go right back to their old ways as soon as it calms down. So I don't know, man. I'll look back through here and let's pick some different players, I guess. This guy looks really, really good. Matthew Barnett looks about 50 years old and looks like a defensive tackle, but he is a 266-pound defensive end. He's only 21 years old out of, I think that said Auburn. He ran a 4.59 at the combine. That's why I'm so intrigued. He's not the strongest in the world, but he is fast. He has B awareness, B play rec, A pursuit, B finesse moves. Do I want this guy? He's kind of fast and then he's okay at everything else. Yeah, let's take him. Matthew Barnett, welcome to the team, and he has hidden. Okay, I honestly kind of thought he was gonna have normal. We just need pass rush. He's probably gonna start for us over Drake Jackson. Drake Jackson hasn't really been doing anything. I mean, he's been getting tackles for loss, but we need pressure, so that should be a huge addition. Here, I think I'm gonna go Julius Buckley. Our center has not been very good for us. Manny Rodriguez or whatever his name is, I don't know. So we're gonna go Julius Buckley out of San Diego State. He's 6'1", 300 pounds, 21 years old. Ran a 4.85 at the combine, ran a 4.78 at his pro day, so he is a very fast lineman. Only 29 reps on the bench, but great vertical jump, broad jump, first for like almost everything here, first, second, or third. A to C awareness, A impact block, A run block, lead block, B for some stats. Does have some C's and D's, but you kind of expect those. But I switched to an agile scheme anyways, so I don't have to worry as much about the fact that he has no power. So let's take him. And he has hidden. Beautiful. 84 strength, 78 speed, 82 jumping. Those are really, really good stats for a lineman. Here, I'm going to go Devin Nelson, a linebacker out of USC. He is 6 foot, 233. I'm sorry if you heard my phone vibrating, that probably wasn't pleasant. It's right next to the mic. But he's only 21 years old, ran a 4.64, 21 reps on the bench, which isn't bad for a player of his size. Great speed, good coverage, even has good play rec and awareness, good tackling, especially for a player of his size, like I said. I guess he is 6 foot, 233, so he's not that thin. But yeah, looks like a good player. Let's take him. And he does have a hidden dev. So I'm kind of just doing the exact same draft I had last time, but with different players. Like in the last draft, I went with a defensive end, a center, and then a linebacker. And I did the same thing here, but I think all these three players seem better than the last ones I got, because I hit 2 normals and then 1 star for the center, and the center wasn't even that good. But here I hit all 3 stars, or at least star or better. So that's pretty huge. Here, let's go Tim Hawkins. This running back looks really good. He is listed as an elusive back, but he has good power and good ball carrier vision, break tackle, carrying, but that makes me think he has good just running abilities like elusiveness or whatever they call it now, change of direction. I don't know. Good spin move. Not the best juke move in the world, and definitely not a receiving back, but looks like he could be a very solid player. Let's take him. And he only has normal. The last running back I took also had normal. He was a 75 overall. Hopefully this player can be good too. So here is a recap of the draft, and honestly, this one might be worse than the last one I had. So Matthew Barnett is only a 73 overall. I thought he would be at least like 76. Up to a 78, but no, he looks good. I'm surprised he's as low as he is. I guess the lack of block shedding and power moves, and I guess maybe play rec, even though it isn't that bad for a rookie. I guess that's what's dragging him down, but he has good finesse, good speed, good strength, or I guess decent strength. I hate his face. Hold on, I'm sorry, that's mean, but he looks like Clint Hurt or something. I don't know. All right, there we go. Even though it still shows his old face there, that's a little more what I would expect him to look like. More of a speed rusher looking player rather than a grandpa. Julius Buckley, our center, looks also kind of worse. Well, no, he actually looks better than the last guy we took. The last guy was 2 overall, lower than him. Buckley looks like a decent center. I don't know what I'm going to do with the one center I currently have. Gutierrez, I think his name is, but I don't know, because I traded him in the last one. I traded him to get a linebacker. I kind of just moved every pick down one. But speaking of linebacker, Devin Nelson looks decent. Only a 71 overall. He's fast, not as fast as I thought he would be though. Decent coverage, just he looks fine. Probably not going to get much playing time though, unfortunately. Tim Hawkins is much worse than the other running back I took. 6 overall lower, no dev trait, probably not going to play. I took a safety here and he is not good. I think I'm going to move him to linebacker. He has no coverage. Never mind, he goes way down there. Ignore me. And then I just took a random receiver I saw. He was a projected 1st to 2nd rounder, but he was available in the 6th round. I don't know why. Maybe he has like a really low injury stats and the teams are going into it with the mindset that the players can get injured, or I don't know. But this player, this receiver, he's a 68 overall, he has hidden dev, and he has 99 speed. I don't think I've seen that ever in Madden for a rookie. 99 speed is insane. I think the only player with 99 speed in Madden is Tyreek Hill, right? Or did they give it to like Tyquan Thornton, or I don't know. But he looks ridiculously good, especially for being available in the 6th round for some reason. Let me see though, does he have really low injury or something, or like, no, 88. I mean, it's not perfect, but yeah, that's crazy. So here is a look at the team going into the 4th and final year of the rebuild. Obviously, the big question is, can Joel Ross work out? We obviously replaced Sam Howell with him, and I don't know if that's necessarily been worth it. Let me actually check something real quick. So Sam Howell last year had 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He hasn't been the best, but I would argue he's been slightly better than our guy. I don't know, it's very slightly. He's a 77 overall and a year older than our guy, does have the dev trait, but you know, I think we basically traded Sam Howell for Sam Howell in a sense. A lot of this team is just question marks. Jamie Harris, I don't know if he can perform, we'll see. I don't know what his stats were last year because obviously I had to resim it. Only 555 yards, which is interesting, 555, 3.2 yards per carry, 10 touchdowns. Like I said, I redid that whole thing. I had to resim everything, so that's different from what it originally was. The offensive line is much improved, and we have options there, but I don't know if it's going to perform. Andre Dillard has done very well for other teams, checking his stats, but I don't know if he can perform here, and I don't know if he can stay consistent, I guess. I do like our right tackle situation. Childress is up to a 79 with morale with a superstar dev. Obviously, Khalil Shakir's been a stud. Hendricks has been good, or was good in his rookie year. And then the defense here, Max Sparks, obviously, I would guess, is going to be the best player on our defense by the end of the year. Up to a 78 right now, obviously has that X factor. Probably the best pick out of the rebuild so far. I don't know. Chad Muma's been a stud. Christian Harris has been a stud. Neville Gallimore's been very good. Again, it's just about how this team plays. We're not even the worst team ever. We're up to a 79. So that's about at competing level. I did change the playbooks to, I have Tampa Bay offense, San Francisco defense. I don't know if that's a good one. So actually 79 overall is still like the worst in the league by a couple. I guess the Bears have the same overall. We're better than the Titans, which is funny because, you know, Sam Howell. But let's just see how the team can do this year. Hopefully we can make the playoffs. It would be a miracle, but hopefully we can do it. Okay, so super quick before I reveal how the team did this year. If you have made it all the way here and you have not already liked the video and subscribed, what are you doing? Let's see if we can hit 25 likes, I think I set the goal as, and we're trying to hit 500 subscribers. So, you know, if you want to be an OG of the channel, just toss me a sub, you know what I'm saying? And be sure to turn on notifications as well so you can get notified whenever I upload. And also comment what team you want me to do next, because of course if I pick your comment, I'll shout you out, all that good stuff. But I'm sure you could guess from a few things here that this wasn't exactly our year once again. I ended up benching Joel Ross because he was playing so bad at the midseason point. that I'm just like, nah, I'll throw in the random UDFA QB I got. And it looks like he did better because he got 4 more wins than the 0 we had at the midseason point. We finished the year once again for the 3rd year in a row, 4-13. We did win in week 18 against the Bengals, a whole 14-7, which is interesting. But let's see how the team did. So Alex Trevino was actually considerably better than Joel Ross, which is sad considering he was a UDFA. They actually had really similar stats, almost exactly 2,000 yards, 171 completions, just he did it on less attempts, had more touchdowns, the same amount of interceptions. He was better in literally everything. I just signed a random running back. He was over a 70 overall, but I didn't care. He wasn't necessarily better than Jamie Harris, but I guess he wasn't any worse, so that's fine. No 1,000-yard receivers, actually. Khalil Shakir got close, and Braden Hendricks, he had 12 touchdowns, Khalil Shakir did. Blocking, oh, it really went downhill. At the midseason, it was decent, but it really went downhill. Defensively, I think we got, Neville Gallimore has actually been a stud throughout this thing, but we got 0 pressure. I ended up benching Matthew Barnett in favor of Drake Jackson, but apparently that was a mistake because Drake Jackson actually did worse. Good amount of tackles for loss, not many a decent amount of interceptions. Overall, just not the best year in the world. I also switched the playbook to the Panthers playbook, but unfortunately / thankfully, this is the end of the hardest challenge I've ever done. If you have another less hard idea for a rebuild, let me know down below. I guess this team isn't the worst ever. We're up to an 80 overall, it just doesn't play. We couldn't get a good QB early enough along. I'm sure if you get a good QB early, this would be much easier, but unfortunately, I'm just gonna do this now. He's dog. Goodbye, Joel Ross, you suck. Alex Trevino, even though he looks a little bit like a sloth, is the guy. But like I said, unfortunately, that is the end of today's video, / fortunately, it is the end of today's video. Like I said, if you enjoyed, like, subscribe, turn on notifications. That should take you like 5 seconds if you're quick, maybe 6 or 7 on a slow day. You know what I'm saying? And let me know what team you want me to do next or what rebuild I should do next. And when I pick your comment, I'll shout you out. But as always, thank you so much for watching this probably very long video. And as always, I will see you guys again in the next video. Goodbye.